Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. So this one, I know that the time is kind of crazy. This is far from our usual time, but me and G, we were just talking, as you can see, there's G, but we were just talking and discussing this whole Bronny James thing, and man, we had to get on here and we had to kick it and talk about that again because it is really crazy, what's going on with this whole situation. Crazy, annoying. I don't even know, what words to apply to it, but I've never seen anything like it in my time of, watching the NBA and all that. And it's just wild, man. And we're going to get into all of that. But as you can see, tonight is only going to be one topic. We're going to talk about Gilbert Arenas and what he had to say about the Bronny thing. And we'll get into, some different aspects about the whole Bronny situation, but it's kind of wild. But before we get into that, you know what time it is. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can't wait. All right. So well, before we even get in that, man, I know this is a crazy time and all that. G, man, what's going on with you? I know I hit you late, man, and asked you to get on here with me, man. I appreciate it, man. What's good?
Bruce, what's going on, bro?
Hey, man, maintain it, man. You know how we do.
Yeah. Running the late night oil.
Sometimes you gotta try something a little different, man, and see what happens, man. So, but this, man, this whole Bronny James thing, man. Even before we, start getting into some of the clips and all that we have, man. We have what? We got a 3-game sample size so far of Bronny James in the summer league playing for the Lakers. And man, what are you thinking from what you're seeing so far, G?
To see an underdeveloped player, trying to do his best. But just, he's just not putting in the. So, all right. So a couple things. First thing is, I saw that he won a Call of Duty tournament, right?
Yeah.
Over, and I wonder if that tournament started when his knee injury happened. I don't want to throw speculation into all of this, but
that's some odd timing.
Yeah, but the fact that you have time to participate in an online game, which at the same time at 18, 19, I get it, he won a couple dollars, but they paying him $7 million,
right?
Guaranteed bread to come and produce and put on a show for the fans. The fans not showing up at all. They're not coming to the games. Numbers are down, but then there's a lot of fans that they trust in the Lakers organization. They see brother transform. He's a diehard Lakers fan.
That's
and
a
even
fact.
he's disappointed, and so I think
Right.
for Bronny, it's time for him to put his big boy pants on, and if you can't perform, if you can't shoot the ball well, right? Let's say for instance, he is really in a slump, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many other things that you can do on the court, right? You're supposed to be able to do as a professional on the court to kind of get going. And adversity is going to be an uphill battle for him, I think, for the rest of his career. If he can't take in adversity and be able to channel it in a matter where he can actually really perform for his fans, I think his stock will drop. He probably won't see the floor in a Lakers uniform. He'll probably have to go the long way, even though his dad did so much to put him on the front page. So,
yeah, no doubt about it. That's a good synopsis to start off, G. I appreciate that, man. And you're right. First, that I think it was poor optics for him to be posing with the championship belt from the video game tournament. You said it was Call of Duty. I wasn't sure what game it was, but yeah. I think that was definitely poor optics. I mean, we heard his pop say that after it's all over, he loves to go home and just play games, and all that is cool, but keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's even if you're not, because you're 19, right? So when you're 19, your body's in great shape. But let's keep out the narrative that after practice or whatever, what are you doing? You're going to get massages. You're in the hot and cold tub or whatever it is, right? You don't need to have it out there that you going and playing video games and winning tournaments and that, man. How about you win some basketball tournaments? That's the bigger thing. But I totally hear you on that. And you're right. So we look at it and we say, all right, well, he's missing a lot of shots, and some people are chalking that up to nerves, and they're saying, okay, well, he's nervous, whatever. But it's your third game out now, and I believe so far he's like 6 for 26 from the field in summer league, and he's was it either over 12 or over 15 from three, and to me, not really a lot of excuse for that. And like if you watch, right, and this is not me, trying to take a dump on Bronny. This is me just having watched the games. There's a lot of times offensively, he doesn't even look like he's supposed to know where he's supposed to be within the sets. Like the whole thing of the modern NBA game is spacing, and he'll pop out to the top and be, really close to one of his teammates and disrupt the spacing. And he'll just stand there instead of, okay, I'm disrupting the spacing. Let me go through. You know what I'm saying? Or let me get my teammate to go through to reset the spacing, maybe on the other side of the ball. So I'm looking at stuff like that. And obviously, I'm not a professional player. I never played college ball, none of that. But just as someone who watches basketball, like, you can see those things. And this is somebody who is obviously, he's LeBron James's son. So he's supposed to have been around the game and supposed to be smart about the game and intellectualize it at a high level. We know that he's had the best trainers and all that. He's been watching film all these years. So there's certain things that, like, he should be putting together by now, even if he's not necessarily knocking down shots, right? And then there's a whole thing of, he's supposed to be a defender, and he's not a terrible defender. He seems relatively quick of foot. He is trying to stay in front of guys. He's giving the effort, and he's got some block shots and whatnot. But at the same time, like, he's getting hit with, some moves from some of these dudes. And I'm like, this is not what they chalked it up to be. You know what I'm saying? Bronny James, he's supposed to be a defender and this, that, and the third. And so where it starts getting funny for me is that more and more people know that he's not what he was built up to be, right? And then you got, LeBron James about a month ago talking about let the kid be a kid. No, 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 you don't get to do that now, LeBron, because you were the same one, tweeting out Bronny James can help the Lakers right now, and you were the one tweeting out, uh, sitting here watching NBA League Pass, and Bronny is better than most of these dudes right now. Lightweight, hilarious, and I'm like, you can't have it both ways, Bron. You can't. I get it. You wanted to hype up your son, but you flat out lied, and now he's out here not getting it done. And it's, oh, let the kid be a kid, and Bronny don't care, and all this foolishness. And I'm like, nah, that's not really how all that works. You know what I'm saying? But again, LeBron is so used to having everything his way and controlling everything, but that ain't it. So now we see a situation where Bronny is not playing well. It is clear that Bronny James at this point does not have the game of a professional basketball player, at least on the NBA level. And everybody has to mince words, and everybody has to watch what they say. And you got ESPN out here playing games and manipulating the coverage to make it seem as if Bronny is and is doing something that he's not. And it's crazy. Have you been noticing that too?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think for Bronny in a perfect world, he should have stayed 4 years or hit the transfer portal, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I think jumping to the NBA without learning some of those, you talked about the foundation basketball knowledge that you need, spacing and being able to move your feet, and putting hands in a passing lane. Some of those fundamental skills he's undeveloped on that professional level. And I think maybe if he would have stayed 4 years, it'd be a better storyline for him. But I understand him leaving early, right? His dad from straight out of high school, and so if he doesn't if he doesn't do that one and done,
Right.
then do people look at him differently? But now we got a product that's on the court that is not living up to the family name, right?
Right.
You talking about one of the greatest scorers to ever play the game, and
Yeah.
LeBron James, and now his son is struggling to actually put the ball in the hole, and so it's just And we looked at his trainers, right? Like earlier before the show,
Yeah,
we looked at some of
that's crazy.
the trainers he had. They spent a lot of money trying to develop this kid, and he's still not where he should be.
Hmm.
They pushed you know they put a product on the court before it was ready to be presented to the NBA and the league, and
Right, right.
just kid need more time, man. He's not there yet at all.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He somebody need to stick the thermometer in and put him back in the oven because he's definitely not ready yet. You're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah,
that,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not making it. And
yeah.
but it's just I tell you the frustrating part again is this business of the way so many people feel this need to protect them. Real quick, thanks for joining the show. If you're here in the chat, you're new to the show, please make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Make sure you share the show. Seeing names I've never seen before, that might be a function of us doing the show at a different time. So I appreciate y'all coming in. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. All right. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely not ready. Bronny's the beginning of the NBA catering to AAU stars and ballers, life hoopers. NBA will be elite, high volume scoring entertainment. That's interesting, Big Scoop. You know, I hadn't even thank you for your comment. I hadn't even looked at it from that perspective. I guess how I've been looking at this whole thing, I've been looking at it specifically from the LeBron and Lakers perspective, right? Because obviously this is a terrible move for the Lakers. It's just another bad move under stewardship of LeBron James. There's that. And then secondly, I'm looking at it from, you know, the whole business of this level of nepotism is flat out wrong. Thank you for your comment, Alexander. But yeah, how I've been looking at this from the beginning is when we heard LeBron James say years ago that, you know, his goal was to play with his son immediately, I thought this is not about his son, this is about him. And I've said that on, you know, on my shows constantly, that I've always believed it was about, hey, look at me, and this is something that Michael Jordan never did. I was able to play long enough at a level high enough that my son could join me in the league and I could play with him. But the unfortunate part is his son wasn't ready. And LeBron, because he had said that and because he wanted to play with his son so badly, he forced him into a position he wasn't ready for because his son had to work on his timeline. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem. Like if LeBron was a little younger, yeah, absolutely, his dad put him in a bad position. Thanks, Vince. Um, I think that if LeBron was a little younger, he would have been able to wait a couple of years to get Bronny into the league with him, but he had to push it because, you know, obviously he's about to be 40 this year, and 40 is no joke in professional sports, as we all know. So yeah, the whole thing is crazy. But again, nobody is in a position to be able to really say anything because of the power that LeBron holds in the league, and clearly the fear that I guess modern players have, as well as the NBA media has, and that's wild. What we got? Gil Cabin, he tried to justify Bronny. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Jaylen averaged 14 a game in G League. Okay. Yeah. In the summer league. Right. Nah, no doubt. Yeah, it's tough. So here's the thing, right? We hear Gilbert Arenas, and it's a fair point, and some other people are saying like Bronny was number 55 pick overall. Like, how many second rounders do we even know that we can name that we're expecting? You know, we're heaping all this on Bronny, expecting him to do something. But the fact is, we're not heaping this on Bronny, expecting him to do something. This is what his father created. That's the problem, right? If Bronny was just, you know, Joe Schmo, or you know, Bronny, you know, now Bronny Jackson, right? Just some random kid, Bronny Jackson. Well, that would be a totally different ball game. In terms of that would be a totally different ball game in terms of what we were looking at and what we were expecting. But what we had, you know, Lakers organization come up in front of us and talk about, you know, what Bronny has earned and what they expected from him, and obviously, you know, like I mentioned earlier, we had the comments from his dad and all that. So I mean, we got so much stuff. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to act like we don't know that that's Bronny James? Like, come on, that's disingenuous. I was telling G, was it a little while ago, that people are saying, well, you know, can you name a second round pick or a pick in the 50s? And I jokingly said, well, Manu Ginobili got picked at number 57. But, he did play professional ball overseas prior to getting drafted for the NBA, but nobody thought he was going to end up being what he was going to be. So maybe there is a little hope for Bronny. I don't know. G, your thoughts?
I think it's a popularity contest, right?
Mm,
Um, the James family is extremely
no.
popular in the NBA arena. They're extremely popular. He plays for multiple. His father played for multiple teams, and so if his son can get that following, then they're going to continue to have ass and seats at most of these games, regardless whether he puts up 7 points or 17 points. Right?
Hmm.
It's just sad. Like, this kid doesn't qualify to be in the league right now, but
No, he
you know,
doesn't.
from a business perspective, he's there. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is crazy. And I don't know, man. I, did- I like that comment, Sky. Bronny the Airbender.
that's funny.
I agree. I agree. No, but yeah, no, G, that's a great point you had, man. We just like his dad, he does good alone, and when he does bad, he palms up with her. Yeah, yeah. No, you know what? That's right. He did. He accepted a job he knew he wasn't qualified for. But at the end of the day, man, it's a tough spot for the young fella to be in. What was he going to tell his dad? No, like he wasn't going to do that. I think we all know
Yeah,
that. So
yeah,
he just kind of had to deal with the situation he was in, and now he's got to try to make the best of it. And again, I'm not mad. This is not about him. I really do, believe it or not, Celtics fan or not LeBron fan or not. I wish the young man luck because he didn't ask to be put in this situation, but he got stuck in it. Now he got to make the best of it when he clearly was not ready. Now that said, let me also be clear about something. It's only been 3 summer league games, right? So in theory, he's got a long way to go and the opportunity to make himself into a competent NBA player. But as of right now, it just looks terrible and it's not good at all. So we saw there's been a lot of different clips and a lot of different discussions about this whole Bronny James situation going on, especially over the course of his time in summer league. You heard Kwame Brown last show. I played some clips from him, and they were pretty good. And one of the main things I liked from Kwame Brown was him saying that why do we have to go easy on Bronny, and why are we saying that he's just a kid when Kwame Brown was like he's the same age I was when I was drafted, but they went in on me. And then he's like how people are saying, oh, y'all just want to hate on a black man, and he's like, well, shoot, what am I, a white man? I never knew. In that case, somebody owe me an engraved apology. And it was a very good point. It was a very good point. And so, all these are things we got to think about. Just the blatant hypocrisy that we got going on in this whole situation is just so out of bounds, so out of bounds. So, one of the interesting kind of side stories along with this Bronny James is a thing. I think you saw this, G. We talked about this, was Mr. Brown, the reigning NBA Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown. He was at one of the summer league games the other night with his lady and with Angel Reese, and that was pretty cool. And he got caught on camera. They didn't hear it, but if you read his lips, you can clearly see that he got caught saying that Bronny is not a pro. So let's hear Greeny Mike Greenberg from Get Up on ESPN kind of discussing this topic, and then we'll come back and unpack it some more.
He's sitting courtside at a basketball game in an arena. So it's in a Vegas Summer League game. And he's having a conversation with Angel Reese. And a camera cuts to him. He has no knowledge of this. And the conversation he's having, he very clearly seems to mouth the words, I don't think Bronny is a pro. Now so it's even more significant to me now and makes more sense when you tell me this was a Lakers game, because I guess Bronny would have been playing in that summer league game. But either way, he's having a private conversation. Now he's in a public place. And I understand that when you are a public figure, when you are in a public place, that I suppose you have to be on your guard about stuff like this. But he's saying something that he most certainly would not have wanted captured by the world. And he says it because the camera cuts to him at an inopportune time. That's no one's fault. But then because we live in a world of social media now, people start clipping that and they start putting it all over the place. And now Jaylen Brown has to go on social media and kind of try and talk his way out of, and he posted something about it saying, it's a flex to have your son alongside you in the NBA. It reflects greatness and longevity. Bronny has all the tools around him to be successful. I look forward to watching his growth. Here's the absolute opposite of the Colin Montgomery conversation we were just having. Colin Montgomery went into a newspaper interview and said something that, in my opinion, he should not say publicly. Jaylen Brown did not say this publicly. Jaylen Brown would never say this publicly. If the London Times or the New York Times or ESPN or anybody else asked him his opinion, his projection of Bronny James' career arc, he would never say, I don't think Bronny's a pro. He would never say it. Out of respect for the family, out of respect for LeBron, out of just basic common decency, he wouldn't say it. All the things that we just accused Colin Montgomery of not having, Jaylen Brown has. And he wouldn't, there's just no conceivable chance he would have said that. He's having a private conversation with friends, people whom he feels comfortable saying this. All of us have conversations with people that we consider to be private, people whom we trust and whom we are close to, that we would not want captured and put out all over the place.
All right, so that was a lot that Greeny had to say, right? Real quick, if you're just checking in for the first time, definitely appreciate you in the chat. Make sure you go ahead, hit that like and that subscribe button on YouTube here. Let's go ahead and continue to let the channel grow and expand. See a lot of new faces, so appreciate you all checking in. Nino, here's the thing, right? It's sad when you can't have a private conversation, camera all in your mouth. I don't know necessarily that the camera was all in his mouth. He got caught out there, but at the end of the day, he should be able to say what he got to say. And the actual sad part is, he had to basically, you saw the comment from someone in the chat saying he had to moonwalk that back, because we all know that as of right now, Bronny's not a pro. We all know that. And Jaylen Brown, again, reigning finals MVP, he had a right to say that. He knows what a pro is. But look at what he had to go and do. He had to basically moonwalk that back. And that was crazy, because that was the first. I wouldn't expect Jaylen Brown to be the type of dude to go back on anything that he says. You know, that's a shocker. It's a flex to have your son alongside you in the NBA. It reflects greatness and longevity. Bronny has all the tools around him to be successful. I look forward to watching his growth. He knows better than that. But it's just really, really weird. I didn't expect that from him, of all people. G, man, what are your thoughts on this whole situation with Mr. Brown?
Yeah, when I saw that clip, him and Angel, and then his new girl, I was just like, well, all right, they don't have audio. They just, they saying by reading his lips.
Mm-hmm.
These are some of the things that he's saying. So we got to take that in consideration as well. And maybe he wasn't saying that. I don't know. I didn't hear him say it, right? And then when he did come public, it seemed like his PR, was like, hurry up, let's clean this up and drop it. So yeah. So I mean, the fact that he had to come out and say, have his PR drop a tweet, or somebody from his group drop a tweet, it says a lot. That could be one of the reasons why they snubbed him from, the USA Olympic team, because he might just be one of those guys that like, hey, he just say whatever's on his mind.
Right.
Just say whatever. I mean, you got to hold to your truth. Everybody see this product that they put on the court and be like, this kid is ass, man. He trash, right? Everybody see this, and it's like it's not rocket science. But again, as we starting to see, like the media is trying to save this kid from the wolves because he's not spanning out the way he should have, man. Like I would much rather see this kid, perform the way he's performing right now, but instead of playing fucking video games at the end of each night, he's in the goddamn court trying to get out of this slump and make himself better. Yeah. So show me videotape of you, in the trenches out here trying to get better before the game. Don't show me oh yeah, I'm just gonna go in the house and play video games that I just got, put in a spin cycle and people calling me out. I was like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to play him. He got his money though. $7 mil to play video games is crazy. But
Yeah, it's tough. And now that we think about it, it realistically may not even be Bronny's dream to be in it. Like he says that, but it may not be. Like, how some dudes you could really see it, how bad they want it. And again, I'm not mad at him because the kid grew up rich. So maybe he doesn't want it the same. I can't imagine that he has even anywhere near the hunger that his father had or that so many of these other young cats have. Because, when you're not hungry, the desire is not the same, right? So
soft as baby powder.
I mean,
Goodness gracious.
no, I mean that's one way of looking at it. You're right, but I mean some dudes just aren't built for that with that same hunger because they don't come from that same situation. And obviously LeBron would not have wanted his children to come from that situation. So we get it. Dayton John, what's going on? How you feeling, man? Good to see you. First time you've been on the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe and share. I'm not better than Bronny, not even capping. I bet the house I'd beat him in a 3-point contest. Damn. Okay. I'd love to see that. If I could make it happen, I would, bro. I'm not there yet, man. Maybe in the future, this channel blows up, right? We'll be able to try to get in on something like that. Hey, yo.
That comment right there, man. That's the one
bro.
right there.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Yeah, I like this guy, Sky. Okay, Sky. Yeah, you gonna need to stay with us, man. This is good. You got some slick comments. I like it. But no, it's crazy. And so remember one of the things I said earlier was that we see, especially ESPN, which is obviously, the main major sports media network, we see how much they are doing to try and spin the narrative and protect Bronny and make us believe that what we're seeing is not actually happening, right? And that's obviously that's crazy to me because it's like well it is happening, you know what I'm saying? But y'all don't want us to believe that, and the way you guys are presenting stuff about Bronny, etc., it's disturbing. For instance, I was going through I got an alert on the ESPN app on my phone, and it said something about like this a couple days ago. It said something along the lines of like top player to watch for each team in summer league, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go through, look at this. Let me see what my Celtics are looking like. Let me see what some of these other teams are looking like. Lo and behold, mind you, we've been sitting here for the last 27 minutes talking about how Bronny is really struggling in summer league, and look what ESPN lists as the top player to watch for the Lakers summer league team. Ta-da! Are we for real? Are we for real? Like, and just watch. I'm gonna turn off the banner for a minute. Watch how they describe it to try and make it palatable. James' first 2 games, blah blah blah, did not demonstrate much offensive improvement. Shot 3 for 12 from the field, scoring 7 points. James is far more advanced at defensive end of the court, where he's racked up 3 steals and 3 blocks. Like, all that is cool, but why is he the guy to watch for the Lakers summer league team? Like, that it's just absurd how hard they are trying to flip and spin everything to and it just shows pretty much how they've completely sold out to LeBron James and Clutch Sports and how much control he has over the NBA media. It's really disturbing. What's going on, everybody in the chat? Make sure y'all are hitting that like and that subscribe. Really appreciate y'all. That helps us get the show out to more people. Make sure everybody hits that. What we got, 33 in the chat right now. If you haven't already, just hit that thumbs up, man. Hit that thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of good stuff coming out, and if you go back through the channel because you haven't seen it before, we got a lot of good stuff on there. So make sure you do that. Anyway, yeah, back to this Bronny James thing, man. So it is so annoying, and then you're seeing so it's really weird, like the dichotomy you see between the independent space and the mainstream media. Obviously, we are somewhat representative of the independent space. That's where we are. And if you watch, a lot of creators are really willing to tell the truth about Bronny, and but a lot of them aren't. And one of the biggest ones is Gilbert Arenas. And we saw the last show. Did you hear the crowd when he made that one shot? We can't say that statement's a lie, bro. Crazy, but not a lie. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's wild, Nino, for real. But yeah, so yeah, where was I? I was saying how Gilbert Arenas, host of Gil's Arena, he is one of the main ones that's doing everything he can to try and protect LeBron James. And so G and I were talking before we went live on air with this show, and I didn't even realize it. And G was like, G said Gilbert Arenas was stealing money from Bron. because he used to train Bronny. So that's part of the reason why. Exactly, Vince. Exactly. That's one of the reasons why he's got to cape up for him so hard, because he's saying, man, if this dude was thinking it up and I trained him, what does this say about me as a trainer? So that's wild. So on a recent episode of Gil's Arena, who was it? Brandon Jennings was on there, and he was not playing. Brandon Jennings was on there. Was it Kmart Jr., right? I think he was on there. And Kmart Jr., I guess he was kind of doing the fraternity thing, the NBA brotherhood, and he was trying to, cape up for Bronny. Hey, he's gonna figure it out. It's kind of tough, blah blah blah. And Brandon Jennings was like, nah, that ain't even it. And he basically went hard. And it was crazy because Gilbert Arenas basically did the thing that he does where he just starts trying to yell and overtalk everybody when they're saying something that he doesn't like, and I'll say doesn't want heard. And to me, that's kind of annoying and disingenuous. And again, you're playing that role because why? You're on that LeBron James clutch team, you know what I'm saying? And it's really disturbing. So let's hear some of what Gil and the crew had to say on the show, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
If Michael Jordan's son went 55, it'd be the same fucking thing.
Niggas scored 4 points. Same fucking a horrible game.
If Michael Jordan's son got done, it'd be the same
3 games,
bro.
scored 4 points. Shit.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, no, but
it took me 3 games to get 4 points.
If you average 4 points in college and you say I'm good enough to go to the league, you don't come to the league and then score 4 points again.
Why not?
Oh my God.
Because you feel like you.
I know somebody
can do it. You left because you said this 4 points ain't a reflection of
different game.
my game.
I know somebody who averaged 16
Listen,
points.
man, if you throw your son
his first game, he had 2.
Man, you throw your son in the fire. You throw your son in the fire. That's on his ass.
Hey, I know somebody on 10th
Fuck all
pick.
that.
He was the 10th pick.
That's on. Don't make excuse if you throw his ass in the fire.
10th pick scored 0.
Nah.
That did happen in this summer league.
Of course.
With no pressure, though.
Niggas is grown. Niggas is grown man. Niggas is grown man. Niggas is grown
My
man.
dad is not who?
The number 10
And
pick.
my dad?
The number 10 pick, 11 to 12, can go 0 for 12. Nobody will say nothing. This motherfucker go 2 for 12. We acting like, oh, he need to go back to college.
Well, I tell you what, he does need to go back to college. He definitely could use some more time developing. But you see what we were talking about when you're talking about Gilbert Arenas and his need to protect Bronny James and anything related to LeBron James. What do you? I mean, I guess besides the obvious, G, what do you think is the deal with that? Like, he start yelling and screaming and trying to talk over. What's that about, man? That seems kind of feminine to me.
Man, I don't know. It might be what do they call it? TRT, something like testosterone therapy, whatever that is. Could be something like that, man. Or you just want to be the I guess the biggest voice in the room, right? And a lot of times when people get like that, they start yelling, trying to get their point across. Just trying to like cover up what you're really saying, because what everyone is saying is what everyone sees, right? Like, you don't tell me what I see when I watch the game is, what I'm saying, something that is not. Like,
right.
That's what we getting here, man. He didn't get the LeBron gene. He got it from his mom. So he got his mom gene. So so everybody thought they was gonna get the second coming of LeBron, and they got Savannah. That's her name, right?
Nah,
Savannah.
man. Nobody could have thought they were getting. No, nobody could have thought they was getting the second coming of LeBron. That's crazy.
That's how they try to sell it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he knew there's something. Well, and it could be one of those things where, going tryouts. I mean, he did pretty well in the combine, right? He did pretty well there. He did pretty well. He didn't do bad, right? But
he didn't do bad in the combine. No,
you playing like at this point, you already playing with NBA players. You
right.
playing with NBA players.
I was about to say, this can't be the first time that you played. Right.
They know. Jaylen Brown know he's not a professional. You know why? Because he played with him already.
Oh, there you go.
Played with him already, man. So they know where this kid is at, man. They understand that. but they trying to push the narrative that he's ready to go right now, and then he's really not. Like it's just gonna be more the same throughout the whole career. You know who I would like to see instead of Bronny? A Kill Card. And I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'd like to see him. You have to have these players with chips on their shoulders, man, because they're not gonna go in the house and play video games after they, went 2 for 12 from the field, man. Like
pose with the Call of Duty belt on.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, that was terrible. But again, that's it. That's it. Yeah, no, Alexander, you're right. Gil's scared to call him trash like he would Bronny Smith. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's the funny thing, right? Gilbert Arenas and all these dudes, they be ripping players left and right. But because it's this particular player, they are all afraid to say anything. And you can say what you got to say without being rude or disrespectful or ripping them. I totally get that. But it's amazing how afraid all these dudes are to freaking tell the truth. And I'm like, come on, man. Y'all gotta do better than this. Like, y'all grown men. Like, are you afraid LeBron gonna slap you or something? Like, what's going on? This ain't Charlie Murphy and Rick James. Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know, man. Going on with Gil's Arena. Here's another quote from the show, the recent show where he was where they were all discussing this situation.
But that's what I'm saying.
If Michael Jordan's son got to the NBA, they expect his.
But who's
Right?
the problem then? Is he the problem for playing like a second round pick or a rookie? Or the problem is the media trying to make this seem like he's LeBron James.
That's
he didn't get pick number 1. Like, he's playing better than some of the first round picks.
Yeah, but you know how the media
that's the sad part.
Elijah has an expectation.
For sure he does.
Because you're his dad. Period. Point blank. And he's gonna answer those expectations because he's been trained and he's good enough. The same way you had an expectation because your dad is your dad and you came in playing similar to your dad.
Well, what I'm gonna say, he played 3 summer league games? Like
3 summer league, yes. 3 summer, and
he still has
26 shots. I'm like, shit, I didn't get 23. I didn't get 26 shots up I didn't get 26 shots up in my whole summer league experience as a rookie.
He's just figuring it out.
Is it an unfair expectation? Yes, it's an unfair expectation.
But that's life.
But is it an expectation?
Yeah.
For sure.
It makes everybody else seem uneducated then. Because if you're expecting a second round pick to somehow be like his father, something's wrong with you, right?
Jeter.
Like,
and I guess LeBron
is coming like I'm saying, as a second round pick, 2022 draft, right? So just 2 drafts ago, there was 29 picks. 6 of them didn't even make the team. 8 of them didn't even make it to the second year. That means the second round pick, there's only 15 players that are actually still in the league. That is what is required of a second round pick. So you trying to make this kid be LeBron James is ridiculous.
No.
See, so I get it, but I'm frustrated because LeBron James was the one, like I keep saying, who put all that stress on Bronny with his comments. So I totally don't get it. I just don't get it. While I got a second, let's make sure I totally forgot about this. So let's take a quick second in here and let's give a moment of silence for Jelly Bean Joe Bryant, who passed away. Obviously, the father of the Black Mamba. So they'll be together again, probably hooping in the big gym in the sky. So let's give a minute of silence for Jelly Bean Joe Bryant. All right. Yeah, so back to what we were saying. This whole thing, like, this is where I get so frustrated with Gilbert, man, because it's just flat out disingenuous that you're now attempting to blame the media for something that your guy LeBron created. I mean, we got to stop acting like we didn't see LeBron James, tweeting about how Bronny is better than so many of the current NBA players, or that he would be a help to the Lakers right now. Like, we gotta cut that out, because the fact is he did that. He put that pressure on his son. Why is it so freaking hard for us to just admit that? That's a problem for me. G?
I think at some point you just gotta let him go, man. Like you gotta not coddle him, and maybe that's what we saying. Maybe he just put him out there, throw him in the fire, and see where he come out. Because he's gonna come out better playing on. At some point, the game is either gonna slow down for him, right, and then we can get to see what he has to offer, or he'll never make it, right. Like that's just two options, and then I don't know, man. Gil's different.
He definitely different.
He's different. He's all over the place sometimes with how he
definitely.
where his viewership is. But you can see on this one, he's definitely on that payroll,
Yeah.
and he's doing everything to try to protect Bronny right through these hard times that he's having in the league. Should have stayed in school, man. Like,
yeah. But again, he was on his dad's timeline, so he couldn't. But here's my question, right? If everyone is constantly trying to protect Bronny, okay, cool. How's he ever gonna grow into a man if he never has to face that adversity that you mentioned earlier? Think about every bit of adversity that he's gonna have. His father's going to try and protect and shield that. The media is going to try to protect and shield him from that. How is he going to fight through the battles and the tough spots and the hard parts of life that we all have to go through as men and come out on the other side to be, bigger, stronger, more durable, tougher, and proverbial mountain climbers, for no better term, to be able to get over these spots? How are we going to be able to do that if, somebody is always shielding and protecting us? In this example, Bronny.
He's gonna have to trade him. That's the only way. He's gonna have to trade him.
All we need is a high leverage game and Bronny making a clutch turnover, and then we'll see that happen.
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to get traded. I think his path, I guess maybe he had to go to the league just to get him in the league, right? Because nobody really wanted him. Let's be honest, man. Nobody really wanted him at this point. Yeah. And so maybe over time, as he begin to develop and find his way around the basketball court, that he'll probably go to another team and play. And and I give him about 5 years in the league at this rate. He's not really showing anybody anything, man, except bricks and air balls. Pretty much that's the only thing we have, man. And I wouldn't start him.
I tell you what, I'm almost concerned. Like, what's worse for him, going down to the G League or going, or being in the NBA? Because I think you and I had talked about it maybe on a previous show, how grimy and how real it is, especially in guard play in the G League. Because all them dudes are scrapping, trying to get up to the main NBA level. So I think he's going to be in worse trouble when he goes down to the G League. Them dudes are going to be trying to make a name off of him every day.
And there's no whistle to save him because of his daddy. Yeah. Right. So.
Why Bron would say what he said about his son compared to the league, but like we say, where I'm from, bro, you ain't got a lot to kick it. No, that's a fact. That's absolutely true. But here's the thing, though. And to your point, Alexander, no, you don't have to lie, but you don't think LeBron knows, for all his supposed genius and basketball knowledge and being such a brilliant basketball mind, he couldn't really look at his son and be like, I know I'm saying this stuff, but this dude ain't ready for the NBA yet. He knows that. But again, it's about LeBron, right? He knows that he was on the timeline, so he had to get Bronny to the league to be there with him to make it happen. Like, I don't get it,
He should have talked to Jelly Bean before he passed, man, and kind of got some pointers on how to, how to raise a mama. Because, man, what we saying right here that's not the case.
No, that's not the case at all. He literally put his son between him and this GOAT debate. All right, Alexander, let me stop you right there. He didn't put his son between him and the GOAT debate because he was nowhere near the GOAT debate already. Let's listen. You new to this channel, I believe, and so let me tell you. You want to irritate me real quick? Mention LeBron in the GOAT debate. That is someplace where he has no business being. That is the wrong answer. He ain't put his son between them because he was never near that. It is selfish of Bron. Yeah, it's absolutely so. I 100% agree with you, because this is all about him. And because think about it, how many of us haven't heard already LeBron fans already saying, well, that's something Michael Jordan never did. Think about how good you got to be to play at a level this long to be able to play with your son in the league. True indeed. But if we're real and if we're honest, Michael Jordan could have got Marcus Jordan in the league. Am I right, G?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
He was around long enough. He could have had him playing with him in Washington. And Marcus Jordan was better in college than Bronny was. So what's the difference?
Publicity. Everybody knew that Marcus, that's his name, right? Marcus Jordan.
Marcus Jordan, yeah.
Yeah, everybody knew that he sucked, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he didn't have like that circus that followed him around.
Right.
If he had that circus, then people probably would have took advantage of him. But I mean, I don't know, man. This is exactly what it looks like, a goddamn circus.
Yeah, no, you're right, man.
It's a circus, man.
LeBron is the ringmaster, bro.
Yeah,
the difference is I think that Michael Jordan had more respect for the game and for the league than LeBron does. I think for LeBron, and I don't know him obviously, but from what I'm seeing externally looking at it, I think it's all transactional. Like, what can you do for me? What can I get out of you? And I don't know. I'm not going to say he doesn't love the game at all. I don't think he loves it like Mike loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he looks at it so much more for what the game could give him than, you know, what he could do for the game. I really feel that way. Again, I don't have anything factually to stand on that, but just looking and kind of extrapolating based on what I have seen from LeBron over the last, 2+ decades, it just seems different. And I think I really believe that Michael Jordan had more respect for the game and for the league, which is why he never would have tried something like that to get his son in when he didn't deserve it. For instance, like we know now that LeBron made the call to McDonald's to get his son on the All-America team. He didn't deserve to be there. USC was just like, okay, whatever. But then we also know that LeBron greased his skids to get his son drafted into the league when he wouldn't have been drafted, and drafted to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, when Michael Jordan tried to get his son on North Carolina, and not Dean Smith, oh man, I can't remember his name. Dean Smith's successor, the guy who came from Kansas. You remember his name, G? Oh man, yeah. The coach of Carolina. Anyway, somebody put that in the chat. The former coach of North Carolina that was the successor to Dean Smith. He came from Roy Williams. I believe it's Roy Williams. So anyway, when Mike tried to get his son on North Carolina squad, he was like, Mike, I'm sorry. He's not good enough. And Mike accepted that. He didn't push. I'm sure he could have pushed and got his son on there, right? But Mike didn't do that. He accepted it. Thank you, Dion Hall. I appreciate you, brother. There we go. Roy Williams. That's who I thought it was. Yep. Real quick, if you're new here and then you're in the chat, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. If you're watching, please make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. And if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that share button too. I'd really appreciate that. Also helps us grow the channel, and we're really trying to do something here, trying to give quality sports content. But anyway, so Michael Jordan, man, he could have pushed for his son to get on North Carolina. He could have pushed for his son to get in the league when he was with the Wizards, but he didn't do any of that. Why? Because he actually respected the game. And I think LeBron James only respects himself. And Bronny is not better. What we got? Bronny is not better than Giannis's brother. If they rolled the ball out right now, Giannis' brother versus Bronny, who you got? You know what? Okay, so here's the thing. I would take Thanasis because he's considerably bigger than Bronny. No diddy. But he is, and also he's been in the league about 6 or 7 years now, right, G? So he's been in the league longer. He knows the NBA game. He knows how to play, even if he don't get a lot of minutes. So definitely got to go with Thanasis in that matchup. But great question. Bronny, check that out, G. Bronny, I like that. Will surpass Thanasis in most claps per game next season. Yeah, he might actually do that. Damn, how'd I get all the way back up there? Anyway, my prediction is, what up, Nick? My prediction is Bronny comes off the bench in a couple games that are decided to play with dad. They'll cook up a story about his heart issue being the reason he sucks. Then he'll retire. So, Nick, I will push back on that. I don't think Bronny's going to retire for a few years. Number one, he got the guaranteed deal for 4 years? And also, I truly believe that LeBron is going to he's going to want to have his boys do what LeVar Ball wanted his boys to do, but didn't have the juice to make happen. And that's play on the same team together. So I can see that when Bryce is ready, more so than Bronny just retiring due to the heart piece. What are your thoughts on that, G? You think you can see that happening? The James boys playing together?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, we in a leagueless, a defensiveless league, and so, which is even sad, right? This guy can't eat. He's not putting up buckets, but there's no real locks in the league that's going to stop him. And so, I can't see why his father wanted him to play in the league, because they don't play defense anymore, right? So it's like, yeah, of course his son gonna play. His son, his grandson, anybody else, as long as they continue not to defend. You only got to work on one side of the court. That's it.
Right.
Offense.
Right.
That's it. Shoot the ball. So it's, I mean, yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. His son is definitely gonna play. I like to see them play against each other. That'd probably be more entertaining, because that's typically what they've been doing, their entire lives. They've been going up against each other. And so that might be more entertaining than him playing against somebody else, because he has no reason to go at these cats. No reason at all.
No, you're right, but I think it will, it'll play more to LeBron's ego and show his power more if he can say, both of my sons are in the league, I got them on the same team, blah, blah, blah. That's what I think. But I hear you in terms of the competition piece. But also, LeBron, if he has any ability to properly evaluate talent, he knows to himself that Bryce is clearly the better player, right? And so maybe he's not going to want Bryce destroying Bronny in the league, So maybe he's going to try to have them play together.
I don't know, man. I know he's following LeVar Ball to the T, right? But he's not as vocal. LeBron got a golden ticket, and whatever he wants, he's going to get. And so,
that's true.
Just be interesting to see, like, as these kids. I just want them to have, like, I want them to fall down and get pissed off or something. You know what I mean? I want them to get up, shaking hands. You know what I mean? I want to see them get into like a scuffle or something. Something to get them going. Like, it's just like there's no motivation to dominate, and it's like the estrogen level was extremely high in his family. And at some point, we just gotta. I mean, we want to see that gladiator style basketball that we got from the '90s, man, where it was me versus you.
We might also have to accept that, number one, Bronny he's not made that way, and that most cats in the league aren't made that way anymore. We might just have to accept that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
don't really care who plays, man, as long as they, it's good basketball, man. That's it.
No, I hear you on that. I definitely hear you, but I don't know. It's just so different now. Yeah, Alexander. Nah, y'all are right. You and G are absolutely right. We want to see Bronny get mad and take it out on somebody, because it's scary. Sometimes the most dangerous hooper is an angry hooper, because he's like, oh, hell nah. And he just, goes off and takes it out on people. And you love to see that. And I don't know that. No, hell nah, he never played street ball. What would make you think Bronny ever played street ball? First of all, Bronny go down to the hood and try to hoop. It might not go well for him, right? He might be walking home naked, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna take everything off that kid. Like, what you doing down here, rich boy? And, a lot of dudes is gonna make their example off of Bronny James. He can't play street ball. He can't go down to the hood. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. There's certain places you shouldn't be if that's not where you're from. So I get it. But he's not for that. He's definitely not for that. Yeah. Okay. So back to Gilbert Arenas. Had another clip from the show, and him just continuing to wild out and act up. And we'll listen to that, and then we'll come back. And I'll probably break in here and there with a couple comments.
I got a question. So
right? Like, what?
So are you only agreeing with this because you was a second round pick?
I was second too.
I was like, what?
So I'm just saying, like,
you being biased?
What I'm saying is,
well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to figure out. And I fuck with Bronny, and I fuck with the whole situation. It's cool and all, but what I'm saying is, so like, what is your problem with what the media is saying and how they're viewing it?
Because
is it because he's LeBron James' son, and because everybody else is in that position? I'm speaking for myself too, because if I have kids, am I gonna feel this way, or I'm gonna just tell that young nigga, you ain't like that? So
you ain't like that.
But
I'm just trying to figure out.
The problem is this.
That's what you say now.
No, the problem is this.
I don't care, nigga. You ain't good enough, nigga.
Good enough to do
I don't
what?
care
You're
if it's my son or not. Don't put your ass out there if you
problem,
ain't ready.
what is expected from who was your second round?
That sounds
Who was the second round pick on your draft? Who was the second round pick on your team?
And watch.
Hey.
And watch the legend and king get old.
Shit.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about
That
that.
sounds really
I don't give a
good.
fuck
Who
about
was the
that.
second
I
round
don't
pick?
give a
Who
fuck
was the
about
second
that.
round pick
That's
on
some
Milwaukee?
bullshit.
That sounds really
I
good.
guarantee you don't even know his name.
I'm just asking.
That sounds
I
really
guarantee you,
good.
you don't even know his name. Woo! Tell me who the second round pick was in that got drafted with you.
So
You don't know his name, do you?
Patrick Beverly.
He got on the Milwaukee Bucks?
No, you
You
said
said
No.
Jody
on the book.
Jody Meeks.
Okay.
What did they expect from Jody Meeks coming in training camp?
Come in there and
Nothing.
shoot. To come in there and
Nothing.
shoot. He was a shooter.
Kentucky,
He
was a
had 50
yeah.
at Kentucky.
Yeah,
They
he
came,
was
he
hooping
was
at
a shooter.
Kentucky.
He was a shooter. That's what they wanted to do. Come in there and
How many
shoot.
minutes did he play?
I don't know. I mean, he
You don't
played.
know because you don't remember.
I don't
You
know
don't
where he
remember.
played, but he
Nobody
went to.
remembers.
He
Jody
got,
had
Nobody
expectations.
remembers the
Jody
second
Meeks-
round pick.
Jody Meeks
There's
played.
no pressure
He
on
played
the
for the
second
Lakers?
round pick.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Let me know what in the history of basketball.
All right.
Let me know
Jokic.
where someone like,
Jokic.
ooh, I
Jokic.
can't wait till this second round pick get in the game.
Bobo.
He's about to
Jokic.
average 30.
Bobo.
Nobody.
Tony Parker.
Bobo.
Nobody.
Tony Parker.
Tony Parker's a first round pick.
What was it? Ginobili second round?
Yeah, he got drafted fucking.
Okay.
He got drafted
Isaiah
2 years
Thomas.
before
Isaiah
him.
Thomas.
Isaiah
Isaiah
Thomas.
Thomas was the 60th pick. Okay.
Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah.
Pressure.
What pressure was it?
what
There
pressure
was
was
no
it?
pressure
Nobody
on
I'm just
pressure
saying in general.
on Isaiah Thomas.
I'm just saying in
Stop,
general.
man.
I'm just saying in
Nobody
general,
was
man.
pressured.
Y'all
Because
just
if
making
there was that-
excuses, bro.
because if-
Making
if there was-
excuses.
if there
Bro,
was
you
so
just making
much-
excuses.
You got
If
that.
there was so much, if there was so much expectation,
If my son ain't ready, he ain't ready.
If there was
Fuck
so
outta
much
here.
expectation on
Weak
the
ass
second
nigga.
round pick, then the
outta here.
motherfucker wouldn't have been a
Don't
second
come into
round
my
pick.
lane.
Nah, because if you fall to
'Cause
the
I ain't
second
fighting for
round,
shit.
Gil, you fall to the second round and you're projected first round.
Go do some
your,
art, some
your
clothes.
pressure comes from proving that you deserve to be a first round.
Who?
Go out there and embarrass me.
Name a player. Name a
Embarrass
player.
us.
Name a
It
player in
ain't-
the second round that came into the season that the media was like, oh, he's about to be it. None. Never.
So
Ah.
Gilbert makes a solid point there, right? But the problem is he keeps forgetting to realize that the reason all this hype is on Bronny is because of his dad. He keeps ignoring that and he keeps forgetting to admit it conveniently. Go ahead, G.
No, I like the fact he said if your ass ain't ready, don't get out there. If it's my son, my boy, if you're not ready, you're not getting out there.
Yeah,
And
Brandon
that's
Jennings,
what it boils.
that's
That's
real.
what it boils down to.
Mhm.
Him saying name somebody else, right? It's just him taking the attention off of the fact that this kid is he was drafted to go in the NBA and he's shitting the bed. I mean, that's pretty much what he's doing when he say name somebody else, right? It's not name somebody else. It's him. Like that's his family name.
Mhm.
He walked into the situation and
That's right.
it's not ready. Maybe when he was posting him, playing Call of Duty, maybe that's his next move. Maybe that's a backup right there. Playing Call of Duty or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but
So here's here we got a clip here. Here's reporter, I guess, would be asking what's his name? Bronny James, what do you like to do when you're not playing basketball? And I guess the response is, I like to play Call of Duty because
I'm a fun guy.
Oh my gosh, let me stop with the Kawhi Leonard, man. But yeah, so I don't know, man. Bronny is again, this is just bad. I'm not trying to, again, I know it seems like we piling on Bronny, but realistically, we're piling on all the all the media that's doing everything they can to protect him. We're piling on the fact that he's playing terrible and nobody apparently is allowed to say so. We're piling on the fact that you got Gilbert Arenas just screaming and yelling and trying to talk over somebody, and Brandon Jennings who's just trying to keep it real. And I don't know. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I definitely get it. He just he lacked that dog, man. And I was watching, I forget who it was. I think it was Paul Pierce was telling stories about how KG used to motivate himself. He used to make shit up just so he can get going and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like he having a bad game, he'd say some old crazy stuff, like what he told Melo, right? Your wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
and
your wife
what I mean,
sweet.
pissed him off, and and then saying that other people was calling him niggas and shit. I mean, the N-word and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I don't know, man. Like I ain't saying that you gotta adapt that schizo type personality. You know what I
Right.
mean? But at the
Right.
same time, sometimes you gotta kick yourself just to get going, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you got to look for something. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
there was a clip and KG was just screaming over and over again. Like, you know how he used to go, he used to headbutt the basket stanchion. And then he just screaming over, and I don't know if he was screaming at an opponent or whatever. He was like, MFer, 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 like just over and over. Obviously, he wasn't saying MFer, he was saying the whole thing. But I was like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? But it got him going because it's total, like, you literally used to see KG sometimes like drooling and frothing at the mouth. I'm like, yo, this dude is certifiable. He's crazy.
Yeah.
but that got him going. And then, he'd get 15 boards and 20, 30 points, so I don't know. But again, everybody's different. Everybody's wired differently. Everybody has different motivating factors. We know that KG was another one, didn't come from a lot. Obviously, LeBron didn't come from a lot. And Bronny is just, that's something that he's never going to tap into because he has no idea how that feels. And I get that. I respect it. You can't expect him to be something he's not, or to feel something that he can't.
Yes. Yeah. It was a lot. It's a lot of psychological games that they played with each other, man. Especially Dennis Rodman, man. Like,
Facts.
Yeah. Some of the stuff Sean Kemp used to say about Rodman was crazy, man. Like,
yeah, that's definitely a wild dude, man. Yeah, so this whole Bronny thing, I'm like I said, I'm just so frustrated by it, and I suppose on one hand it's entertaining, on another hand it's annoying. I just, my whole thing is I just want some type of honesty, some type of transparency, some type of objectivity, right? Some type of consistency. I guess these are all things that I'm not going to get when it comes to this topic and when it comes to the people involved in them. So I guess it is what it is. What else you got on this, G?
man, not too much, man. Honestly, we just gotta watch him. This is summer league, and you know what I mean. Like, I don't know where this kid gonna go next, right? I don't know if it's gonna be the G League. I don't know if his father gonna pull some strings, and then he'll be bringing the ball down the court for the Lakers. But what I do know is you gotta wish the kid the best because he may not have had any say in the position that his dad put him in.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think he has any of this.
Yeah, and the last thing we want to see is this kid hurt himself because he's not, living up to the expectations that people have for him. It's a dirty world. But if he do suit up, man, woof, I think I just tune in just to watch him get cooked.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I don't really invest my time in examining bums though. Like, that's just something I don't do, bro. Like,
right.
You have to be a 20-point player for me to like, oh, all right, he got, but the kid he's not there yet. Not saying he can't be. We don't know yet. He could be in a 3-game slump. Just could be a slump, But yeah, Melo's son dropped 40 the other day.
And he's still in high school, right?
Yeah.
He's finishing up now. Yeah, man, look, Cayenne is gonna be. You already know he's nasty. You already know he's nasty. Alexander, great point. He had a heart attack under college pressure, and his dad puts him here in front of us as a Laker on LA under his dad, LeBron. This ain't healthy for Bronny. Questionable. I'm with you. And it's so funny because you hear so many people talking about how, as a father, if you had the opportunity to do this, wouldn't you do this for your son? But nobody's pointing out the fact that, I mean, obviously he's been cleared through medical, right? Or he wouldn't be where he is. But still, your son nearly lost his life doing this, and you're still pushing the issue for you. That is kind of wild. Like, you probably should have scaled that back if you're LeBron. Like, yes, that's not a good look at all. But that's me, and I'm sure I'm just a hater, right?
They said it was some conspiracy theories out there that said that he didn't even have like that heart injury and that they pulled him. Yeah, well, I mean that's you gotta check the source on that, but there's all kinds of conspiracy theories out there saying that they wanted him to play in the league and he wasn't. Those games that he played, he just wasn't living up to the full potential, and they pulled him before he did any more damage. So
faking a heart attack is gonna help with that? I mean,
no.
That don't even sound right to me, but
There's a lot of crazies out here too at the same time.
A lot of crazies. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. All right, G, you think we should go ahead and try to open these phone lines up? See if we can get some calls in?
Yeah, we should open them up.
All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's do that. Open the phone lines up. Y'all are welcome to call in. Give me and G your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. These are a bunch of different voices I don't normally get, just based on the time that I'm running this show tonight. So, ESPN is so desperate for highlights of Bronny. They show him in.
That's terrible, bro. That's terrible.
Rude.
You gotta get another one, bro. That one's terrible.
Hey, man, that's the laugh, man.
That's really terrible, man.
He's just a fun guy. Oh, my goodness.
He retired, right?
Kawhi? No, he didn't retire, man. He just dropped off the Olympic team. He should retire, though. I think it's over.
I think it's over, too.
Yeah, man. He's not going to beat those arthritic knees, and he's nice. All right. Phone number is 904-219-8264. Scrolling on the bottom of your screen. 904-219-8264. I would love to hear from you. Call in with your thoughts on this topic, or I guess any NBA topic, really, but mainly this one. We definitely want to hear what you have to say. So, yeah, go ahead, give us a call, and let's get it. Yeah, man, that's he's so desperate for highlights and show Bronny inbounding the ball. That's crazy.
Probably got 10,000 likes.
I know, right? You gotta be kidding me, man.
He is I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's not a star. I'll tell you that. He's not a superstar.
Not at all. Not at all. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see what comments we got here. Someone put it in the chat. What are you looking for in the chat, Sky? Someone put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, the number. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, but I'll put it here for you. 904, what is that? 219-8264. Yeah, go ahead, give us a call, man. We'd love to hear from you. This definitely this would be cool. At our normal time, we have certain callers who will call us regularly, but love to hear a new voice and love to get new additions to the format family. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hit us up. Let's see what you got to say. I've been checking you guys out for a couple weeks now. Just subscribe. Y'all keep talking real about this LeBron situation, and I'm in every night. Man, I appreciate that. Callie, I appreciate that. Nino, my man. Nino, what's good, brother? How you doing, man? Hold on, my bad. Give me 1 second, Nino. Hold on, man. I'm so sorry. I forgot to forgot to connect the mixer to the phone. Let's see what we got here. Can you hear me, Nino?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I bet. There we go. Let's get it. All right, what we got, Nino?
Man, I think Gil. I think two things could be true, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Gil is right on a lot of what he's saying.
Okay.
But I think the point you're making is also correct.
Okay.
What Gil basically saying is, if he wasn't Bron's son,
mm-hmm.
we wouldn't even be talking. If he got a tryout, we wouldn't even be discussing the fact. We wouldn't even be talking about it.
That's a fact.
He'll be just a second round 55 pick or whatever he was.
Right.
The point that people making, what you came to, is Bron said it, which it's like 50-50 because, I don't know what they want a man to say about his son, but I guess you can look at it two ways. Like, okay, like Bronny James said, if his son, he'll do his son another way. And then King Martin, like, hold on.
Yeah.
I think Gil know he got a son coming up. And he looking at it like, whoa, now. We got to slow down.
Yeah.
And so I think if we judging Bronny on a first round pick scale,
mm-hmm.
a first, second pick, first of all, if you seen Bronny in high school, a little bit in college, and you thought he was gonna be something like Bron or Kobe, then you just need to stop talking basketball altogether. You don't need to even be talking about no basketball.
I agree. Yeah, I think
But
Bronny was like the third best player on his team in high school. And like we said, we know now for a fact, as per Tim Hardaway Sr., LeBron was the one who called the McDonald's All-America people to get Bronny James on the All-America team. So it's like,
I can buy it. But I think, and then, well, this go off topic here. I think playing at them big schools, how they be doing, sending all them players, all the top players in high school, they had like 3-4 good high school teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that really helped, like, with the game. Because he doing the same thing he was doing in high school, go over there, playing organized basketball.
Okay.
So what Gil was saying was the college basketball really don't translate to the NBA no more, how they play.
Okay.
So they thinking he can go to the G League and whatever and learn how to play on the. Everybody know now I'm with you. Everybody can see he ain't ready right
That's
now.
right.
If you say right here today he ain't ready. My problem with him, I see potential. I see a good form on his shot, and I see good defense. I see good athleticism. My point is what G made. I don't know if you said it too. I don't see him being too enthused like his motor. He like, I don't see his motor like he just like y'all. What y'all say? Like he need to play. I don't see that. Like,
you don't have that at all.
So that's one with. I think. Okay, now today, the second round pick of the NBA draft, he went 0 for 15. I'm gonna be paying close attention and see how much talk these get. If he ready or not, if they talking like that. I think he like 8 out of 40 or something, like 10 out of 40 in his 3 games.
Okay.
And he the second overall pick.
Right.
So I want to see what is he doing here?
Who's that? Alexander Sars, right?
So yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like you. I'm looking at these guys. I don't think none of them really. I think you said that today. I don't think none of them really just know how to play. All of them standing around the 3-point line, shooting threes, and I don't know. I just we might be in trouble in the NBA.
Yeah, that's a fact. Well, thank you for the call, Nino. I appreciate you, man. You got anything else before I let you go?
Oh no, man. I love the show.
Hey, man, I appreciate all the support. You always coming with it, man. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, good stuff, man. See you next time, Nino. All right. I was just about to tell you to call back. Hello, Format Podcast. Who's this?
It's Scott.
Scott, what's good, bro? How you doing, man? Thank you for calling.
Man, y'all feeling sorry for Bronny, man. I don't feel sorry for Bronny. Bronny got $7 million.
He sure does.
I don't feel sorry for him. He got $7 million. They treat him like he the first round pick. They don't talk nothing about the first round pick. Brian said, I'm going off King James. What he said was Bronny was ready to play for the Lakers right now.
He sure did say
that. Come to find out, in the summer league, Bronny is an airbender.
He sure is.
Man, he's an airbender. He shoots the ball one way, but it never hit the rim.
Bronny, the last airbender. That's a fact.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Man, they gonna take Brian's side because you know what they all have in common?
What's that?
The players that they trying to get their son in the league. So if it worked for him, that's like opening a door. But what they not realizing is you can't give your son your talent. It's a talent. It's not like it's a skill or a job. So we all know Jordan is the best, right? So with me saying that Jordan is the best, the next person that's going to pass up Jordan is a kid that father probably never played in the league. Like they looking for something with a storyline, man.
Yeah.
At this point, it's WWE. At this point, I'm looking at the NBA to laugh. Just like I said, I don't think Bryce too good. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all can say, oh, man, if y'all looked at them highlights of Bronny before he got in the league, you would think he was ready. The level of competition is different. He's playing in a private league.
That's true.
The
Yeah.
level of competition is different.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna look good against those kids who's going to school and they playing. It's different from playing basketball for an after school activity and someone who's playing for a league. A kid that's coming from poverty, he's playing to get his family somewhere.
That's
A
right.
kid that family's straight already, like Bronny, he's playing for activity.
Right.
All it's doing is showing. It's showing. Like, I don't think that guy want to do that, Bronny. I think it's his fault of pushing him.
Oh, that's a fact. I'm with you 1,000% on
Like,
that.
he's at a point where he has nothing to fight for. Like, how people don't understand that. Like, if you pay attention to all athletes, whether it's football or basketball, they all come from, well, they mostly come from impoverished areas, the ones that's good or great.
Yeah.
Once they get up there, these sons will never reach that level, bro.
Right.
These sons will never. They saying it like, oh, everybody bashing Bronny. Bronny was gonna be compared to his daddy. That's why Michael Jordan ain't want his son to play. All he could do is be better than his daddy. The standards. Bronny could go out there and score 10 points. They're gonna drag for him. How Brian don't know that? Based off of what his daddy did.
Right. I really don't get that. Well, I get it. Like I said,
man, I get it, man. I get it. It's I know you don't get it because you ain't gonna get it because for the simple reason you looking at Bronny as being a kid. Bronny is a grown man. When Bronny took those $7 million, this is what come with it.
That's right.
This is what I'm saying. This is what come with it.
Yeah.
Look, everybody wants the pros. Well, we all know no matter what you do, they got cons that come with it.
That's right.
So if he's soft, man, they ain't the place for him. They ain't the place for him because they got people like me. I could tell you, I never was an athlete, never played basketball, never played football.
Okay.
One thing I enjoyed doing was going to the game, which meaning when I go to the game, I want to watch a good game. So I could call you trash. It's my money. So if you trash, I could call you trash.
Right.
You know why?
Right.
The reason why I could call you trash, you say, well, I'm better than you. You're supposed to. You trying everything. I'm not trying at all. You're supposed to.
Right. No, that's a great point.
Oh, I beat you. All right, cool. You could beat me. I'm not in the gym practicing. The problem is you wasting your time in the gym and you trash. So, like when they say he practiced with all the greats, but he trash. What does it matter?
No, that's a great point, man.
We looking at it like, oh, he's 19 years old. We gotta feel sorry for Bronny. Man, at 19 years old, man, you could join the army, man.
That's right. Been there, done that.
I'm just being honest, man. Like, don't get me wrong. He's a young man, but he's a man. Because he could have easily said, man, look, man, I ain't ready. So it's pros and cons.
That's a fact.
Brian don't predict how we feel. If we feel like Brian, this is how I look at it. If we feel how Brian wants us to feel about Brian, we stupid. And what I mean by that is, you basically scamming us. And we supposed to be okay with you scamming us. Because when I buy a ticket, I'm looking for a good product.
That's right.
I don't care who your daddy is. If you on the court, I'm looking for a good product, not a good storyline.
Yeah.
If I want to watch a good storyline, I turn on a movie. That's all I'm saying, man. Brian is trash. I don't care how Brian feels. He could cover it up with them. And this is what I don't understand about the players too. And I'm gonna let y'all go. If they kids was trash, I think Brian would say. You know why I say that? You know why I say that?
Why?
What do he do? What do he do when he say they trash? He say trade them. So you think he gonna hesitate on their kids if they trash? I'm just being honest. Y'all, they trying to save face to appease him. Man, he not gonna appease y'all. Like literally, he traded the whole Lakers team and gave their franchise away because he didn't want to go with him. But we gotta be patient with Bronny. This is what I'm telling you. Like That's why I say when people, and then they be saying, oh, the black only, they don't want to see a black man, or the nepotism stuff, right? They say it's never, ain't nothing wrong with a black man with nepotism. What nepotism have to do with talent? He don't own the Lakers. What that have to do with, that's talent. That's competing. That don't have nothing to do with what I mean by that is if Bronny break his leg to the point where he, God forbid that happen, and he can't play no more, they gonna fire him. So where the nepotism at? He don't keep that job. He just got a partial. He said, and then they say something else. They say too. They say, well, Bronny ain't nothing but 90. Like I tell him, what pick ever got picked that got a guaranteed contract and $7 million? He got more. I guarantee he got more than probably the first round pick. But we ain't supposed to talk about Bronny.
No, we're not. No, we are not. No,
do y'all think this is more of a? Y'all think this is more of a Rich Paul grip on the NBA, more so than it is a Bronny thing, right? Like, because like you said, no, you don't think so?
No, this is why I don't think so. Because nobody bigger than the program. That's why.
LeBron right now.
Saying. How? He don't own the team. This is what I'm saying.
He don't technically own the team, but look, hold on a second. So hold on a second.
This is what I believe. This is the downfall of Rich. This is the downfall of the LeBron James, Rich Paul era. These people knew this was gonna happen. They knew this was gonna happen. They not gonna tear him down. They're gonna allow us to tear him down off his decision. That's what's happening. We the consumer. Who you think they're gonna go with?
Mm-hmm.
That $7 million Brandon got. That's our ticket sales too. They're gonna allow us to tear him down. They're not gonna tear him down. It's so much they could do before they say, LeBron, you're on your own.
All right, so let me say, go ahead, G, my bad.
No, I was gonna say that the reason why I say this more of a Rich Paul than a Bronny thing. LeBron was out of contract, right? Like he could have went wherever he wanted to go.
Yeah.
But I think he made a deal with, or Rich Paul made a deal with the Lakers organization, so much so that they pick the coach, they pick up his son, and then whatever was a $7 million, that $7 million came out of his contract for him to stay there.
We know that they gonna let. You know what make it bad? That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're gonna let him stab himself in. They don't want to tell Brian nothing. They don't want to tell him nothing. That's what I'm getting at. They gave him a $7 million. That's why we tearing him up. Listen what I'm saying. They know the people gonna tear him up and be him. Look, it's a win-win for them, right? Let's say Brian did show and approve, right? Oh, yeah. They justify for giving him the $7 million, right? Oh man, he the new hope. He play like this, man. He gotta go. They gonna allow that. That's a win-win for them. All right, you want to give them $7 million? We keep Brian. We gave you everything you wanted. That's how they feeling right now. We can't control how the people feel. They literally try to tell us what we see. We tripping.
Right.
This is what I'm telling you. They trying to tell us what we see. Even Gilbert Arenas, what we see, we
ain't
tripping.
Happening. Right. No, you're right. You're right.
So, how long you could piss on my leg and tell me it's raining?
Right. There it is.
That's what I'm saying. He's so arrogant. They gonna let the fans turn against him. They not gonna do it. And you know what they gonna say? Well, it ain't us, Brian. We gave you everything you wanted.
Right.
You gotta understand. Like I said, you gotta understand. All them teams is one thing. It's one organization. NBA is one organization.
All right. Well, listen, Sky, man, thanks so much for calling. I appreciate that. That was a great call. You dropped a lot on us, but I definitely appreciate it. Thank you for joining us here in the chat, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share it if you're enjoying the content, man. Make sure you put it out there to other people, bro.
I got you, big brother.
All right, fam. Well, appreciate you, and stick around because we do this, man. We do this on a reg. All right, bro. Have a good one. Yeah, that was a good call from Sky. Good call.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So looks like we probably don't have any more calls. So this is the last shout out. Anybody else wants to call in and give your thoughts on the topic. That was a real good call from Sky. Real quick, Nino, Steph, Clay, Kobe, MJ, none of them came from the struggle. So, yeah, I can kind of feel you on that. MJ didn't have a whole lot, but he was one of those dudes that was like intrinsically driven. Just he just had that thing. Kobe, totally different upbringing in terms of the way he started in the game. So again, different situation. Steph, I'll give you, and Clay was never really a superstar. He just kind of fell into the perfect situation. So I don't even know if Clay fits in the discussion, but I get what you're trying to say, Nino. I get it. So yeah, it looks like we're not gonna Ed Frank. They were talented, Nino. Yeah, no doubt about it. What's up, Ed? I don't think I've seen you before. Thanks for checking in, Ed. Hope you've been here for a little while. Hope you've been enjoying the show. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and make sure you share the show if there's anything you like, and you can let other people know about it. Really would appreciate that. Okay. New. All right. Well, thank you, Ed. Appreciate you, man. This is not our normal time. We just decided to come on later tonight and kind of get a feel for who might be in the chat or who might be tuning into the show at a different time, and this has been good. So anyway, me and G, we're gonna end it right here because I'm about to die. I'm exhausted. I get up and go to work in the morning. But Kobe, Curry, generational. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead end it right here. I appreciate all y'all. Again, make sure if you haven't already, you like and subscribe, and make sure you share the channel. And make sure when you subscribe, you hit that notification bell, so whenever we do shows, you get notified. And also just go back through the channel and check out a lot of the content we've done. We pump out a lot of stuff. All right, so y'all have a great night. We'll be back with you next time. We're out. Peace.
Peace.